Okay. Hello, everybody. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we're online now. We're live. Well, good evening, everybody. Um, I apologize that I was unable to stream last week. Just had some. Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you, Molly Oleander. Hello, Killer Fun Times. Um as I was saying, I was unable to stream last night due to some personal schedule conflicts. It's That's been resolved. This week, I am able to stream, but my typical streaming partner, Molly Oleander, has her own things she has to attend to, so she's unable to be live in the broadcast with me. But as you can see, she'll be in the chat. All right, and well, without further ado, let's get started. Yes, as she has said. Okay. So, as a quick recap, the last time we played this game, we met the spirit of a woman named Dayanara in the mortuary, who seemed to have some very important information that's probably going to come up throughout the game about three enemies that I'm supposed to be meeting, that the character is supposed to be meeting, and other than that, we've escaped the mortuary and we've been talking around a little bit. And where we find ourselves now is what was the name of this bar? It's a Dustman bar. Let's see if I can remember the name of it. The Gathering Dust Bar, that's what it is. And yeah, before we ended last session, we talked to Seer the Skeptic, who seems to be having a crisis of faith, as it were, within the Dustman faction. All right, and it seems like somebody is asking to speak to me directly. Let's see. You see a somber, pale-faced dustman in black robes. She is staring silently into her drink. Greetings. The dustman looks up. Yes? Can I ask you some questions? Not at this time. The dustman becomes silent and turns back to her drink. Farewell, then. Ah, I see. It wasn't her who wanted to speak with me. It was this guy, Mortai Gravesend. Alright. This tiny, wizened man is dwarfed by his huge dustman robes. They look as if they were chosen to cloak his small stature. Although he looks to be in his late 90s, this man is extremely energetic. He fidgets continuously, and his eyes dart around the bar like a bird's. Greetings. The man's eyes gleams as he takes your measure, and he gives a slight nod in greeting. Hail and well met, traveler. You look like one who is just getting their sigil legs about them. He trails off. Pardon me, have we met before? Your face seems familiar somehow. Possibly. Are you certain it was me? Maybe I was mistaken. Mortai shakes his head. Well, no matter, no matter. How is it that Mortai Gravesend may help you? Do you seek? He clucks his tongue as he speaks. And a contract, perhaps? Contract? The contract? Why, it is but a simple transaction. From the depths of his huge robe, Mortai pulls forth a dusty parchment and a quill pen. I give you 50 commons. In return, after death, the Dustman faction may claim your remains. He smiles, then clucks his tongue. What use will you have for them at that point anyway? What do the Dustmen do in my body? Mortai holds up his hands, as if he doesn't know. What does it matter? It is of no consequence when you pass on. It matters to me. Well, if you must know, oftentimes nothing is done with the body, and it is we, the Dustmen, who have wasted all that money. More fools us. Mortai gives a sly smile, then looks apologetic. But rarely there are times when the workers in the mortuary need to be replaced, and then we may have a need for your body. You mean I'll be animated as a corpse and put to work in the mortuary? That doesn't sound good. Ah, but no harm is done. No pain. Mortai raises a finger, as if to emphasize the point. And there is no danger. In exchange for money you can spend in this life. You merely have to give us something you will have no need of anyway once you have died. Mortai taps his chest. I signed the contract myself, if you must know. I shall have no need of my body when I pass on. Let's see. I'll consider it. For now, I have some other questions. Of course, of course. Mortai nods. It will be my pleasure to answer any questions you may have. Can you tell me about some of the patrons here? Of course. Which of the patrons did you wish to know about? Can you tell me about Seer? A troubled initiate. I heard she contracted a sickness not long ago, and it changed her. Now she seems bitter and angry, and she does not speak the Dustman beliefs with the conviction she once did. I fear that bitterness is a passion that could jeopardize her position within the faction. Are Dustmen not allowed to feel passions? Oh my, yes, Mortai frowns. Too much passion, too much emotion prevents one from reaching the true death. To be passionate runs contrary to the philosophy of our faction. True death. The true death is the state of peaceful oblivion all Dustmen aspire to, and help all others reach. He clucks disapprovingly. Anything that ties a soul to this life is shunned by our faction, whether these ties are possessions or emotions. You see, passions act as an anchor for the soul, preventing it from reaching the true death. He shakes his head. Very bad, very bad. Let's see, I had some other questions. Of course, yes, okay. Have you seen a journal recently? I'm missing mine. Mortai shakes his head. I know nothing about a journal, he smiles. I deal with documentation of a much different sort. So you mentioned before. I had some other questions. I'm searching for a man named Farad. Have you seen him? Mortai frowns. He's one of those collectors, isn't he? I know little of him. I think Initiate and Morik mentioned him in passing. Mortai glastens around. And Morik should be around here in the bar somewhere. I believe he can usually be found in the far corner at the head table, I believe. You're right, he can... repeated that twice. Anyways. No questions today. Farewell. Mortai nods as you turn to leave. He has a strange expression on his face. Is there something wrong? Mortai frowns. Forgive me, I must ask again. Are you sure we haven't met before? Possibly. I do not recall you. Mortai shakes his head. Well, no matter. Farewell, Mortai. Yes, farewell, farewell. Murtai studies you as you leave, and you hear him mutter under his breath, "Something about that one." Alright, let's see. There's a Morik. Okay. You see a heavy-set man with dark skin and grim features. He is dressed in dustman robes and is regarding you with a stony gaze. "Greetings." You have the look of one lost. The man's voice is like stone settling. "Did the wind send you, or are you here with purpose?" "Who are you?" "I am a Morik, factotum and initiate of the Fourth Circle." "Is this your bar?" "If you measure ownership in copper, this is not my establishment. If you measure ownership in spirit, it is mine." He pauses, as if trying to emphasize a point. "The dustmen here are my students. They are under my protection." "Can I ask you some questions?" The Morik waits. "Can you tell me about the Dustman faction?" "Dustmen seek the true death. Some call it oblivion, but this is incorrect. To Dustmen, the true death is freedom from the chains of this false life." "False life?" "This life that many cling to with their emotions is a false existence. As long as one clings to it, they will continually be reborn into it. One must divest themselves of emotion to escape this cycle." "I see. Can you tell me about how your faction is organized?" "Dustmen are organized into 5 circles. The 5th circle is made of the lowest rank of dustmen, initiates. The 1st circle is comprised of the highest ranking dustmen, the ruling body of our faction." I had some other questions. "Can you tell me about the dead contracts?" "Do you wish to sign the dead contracts?" "What is it, exactly?" "In exchange for 50 copper commons, the dead contract gives the Dustman faction the rights to your corpse after death. Do you wish to sign the dead contract?" "No, I had some other questions I wanted to ask." "I have come here in search of a journal." "These eyes have seen no journal. Perhaps your search will take you elsewhere." "Very well, I had some other questions for you." "I am searching for a man named Farad. Have you seen him?" "I would like to know why you seek the Collector Farad." "I would know why you seek the Collector Farad." Let's see. "Collector? Collectors scatter the dead and bring them to us. I would know why you seek this collector." "Why do collectors gather the dead?" "They gather the dead for us for copper's sake." "You pay them for the dead bodies? Why?" "The streets are not a burial ground. The mortuary is where the dead are to be interred. It is the duty of a dustman." Morik falls silent for a moment. For some reason, you feel he is trying to make a point. "I would know why you seek this collector Farad." "Why? Is there something wrong?" "The collector Farad has brought many corpses to the mortuary of late. One must ask where these bodies are from." "Tell me more about the bodies." "Some are recent dead. They still have their last moments in their eyes. Many more bodies are centuries dead. The dust of ages lies upon their bones. One must ask where these bodies are from." "Perhaps I could find out where these bodies are from." "How would you do such a thing?" "I would track down Farad and ask him." "If you spoke with the collector Farad and returned with his answers, you will have done a great service for the dustman. Find where the dead he brings to us are from, and you will be rewarded." "Very well. I will find Farad, speak to him, and find out where these dead bodies he brings you are from." And Morik nods. "Your path is our path. Return here when you have the collector Farad's answers." "Can you tell me where he is?" It is not known to me where the collector Farad is. He hides from the eyes of the dustmen. I would seek other collectors and ask them your question. Let's see. I must take my leave. Farewell. This female corpse is dressed in a heavy burlap shirt covered with food and wine stains. Her lips have been stitched closed, and her arms and legs are wrapped in several layers of bandages. The bandages seem to have been soaked in preservatives to keep the corpse fresh. As a result, the corpse's rotting odor has been replaced with an equally repulsive vinegar smell. So, doing anything later? The zombie continues to stare at you. Alright then, great talking to you. Farewell. Alright, let's see. I think I've already talked to Naroch. Yeah, I remember now. But I'll do one last conversation with him. You see Naroch. He is pulling out one of his spikes of hair and using it to scratch a spot on his face. You can't help but think he'd look a lot better with dreadlocks. Leave him alone. Okay, well that's that. Ooh. Okay, looks like the game crashed. That's really weird. Sorry about that. Just a moment.
I'm gone.
Let's see. I believe the autosave that I loaded just now is from when I was trying to leave the bar after having talked to everybody, so I shouldn't have any lost progress, but let me check the journal to make sure I can find out where it is. Let's see. Ah, here we go. This is where it should be. Somewhere in here. Inventory screen map, mage spell, rest, options, priest. Journal! Here it is. Okay. Find Farad, find your missing journal, find the source of Farad's bodies for Amoric, look into the matter of the mausoleum's walking dead. Okay. Well, fortunately, it looks like I was able to reload without losing anything, but let me save again just to be sure. Game pause. How do I... Ah, there we go. Okay, looks like space is to pause and unpause. Alright. Well, I have no idea what caused that crash before, but it seems to be fine now.
Right.
Okay. This filthy-looking corpse is in sad shape. Its shoulders are slumped, and one of its legs is broken, causing it to lean to one side. Stains cover it from head to toe. Judging from the smell and the texture, the stains run from rotten fruit to mud and bird droppings. To add to the indignity, graffiti has been carved into its body, and several notices have been nailed into its chest, back, and head. I thought I was in bad shape. Don't all those nails hurt? The corpse makes no response. Examine the corpse. Despite the many stitches, the corpse's rotting skin is peeling in several places, revealing long stretches of muscle and bone. You guess that this zombie is frequently used as target practice. The fruit and mud stains aside, some of the tears in the skin still have rocks and bits of glass lodged in them. One wicked-looking cobblestone is still embedded in the side of its head. Examine the graffiti and notices. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tacked to his back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. The one on his forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant. One on his chest looks like an official notice, and another appears to be some sort of want ad. Let's see. Look at the post for Office of Vermin and Disease Control. To those Hive citizens wishing gainful employ with the most honorable and honorable and generous sigil government, inquire forthwith at Office of Vermin and Disease Control to help stem plague of brain rats. Bounties paid. Copper given for each rat tail brought. Tails must be genuine and from rat only. No cat, dog, or fiend tail accepted. Except D. Office several streets south and west of Mortuary Gate in Lower Hive. Ask for official inspector in charge, the respected Phineas T. Lort, the 10, 20, 30... 39th. Phineas T. Lort the 39th. Examine the other notices. Let's see. Ignore the notices. Oh, 8, show more. Here we go. Examine the bill of fare. Someone has posted a bill of fare for the Gathering Dust Bar, but the bill of fare cannot be read, as the words Smoldering Corpse Bar have been scrawled in charcoal over the bill. Smoldering Corpse Bar? The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the southeast. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Reminds me of a job I once had. He seems embarrassed. Well, I mean, without the arms. I wonder if this would work with the other notices. Okay, show more. Examine the official notice. Public notice. By the order of the Judiciary Council and in accordance with the Citizenry Sigil, let it be known those defacing a registered servant of the Dustmen, either by graffiti, malicious attack, or by posting notices, will constitute felonious assault, and the perpetrator will be answerable for the vandalism of said servant. By order of the Hall of Speakers. Examine the other notices. Okay, examine the want ad. Wanted. Able-bodied person willing to investigate a matter of the utmost importance to the Dustman cause. Will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with Initiate Naroch, Gathering Dust Bar. Gathering Dust Bar? The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points west to the building before you. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Thanks. Okay, ignore the notices. Examine the graffiti. The graffiti runs from obscenities about the Dustmen to slogans glorifying what appear to be local gangs. One piece of graffiti catches your eye. Someone has carved the name Farad on the corpse's left arm, then slashed an X across it. Farad?
Updated my journal.
The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the west and downwards. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Examine the corpse. Gonna try prying out this cobblestone. You grab a hold of the cobblestone and pull it out of the corpse's head. Traces of brain matter and rotting flesh slowly drip from it. It looks like whatever was in its head turned to ooze long ago. Examine the corpse. Leave the corpse in peace. Let's see. Here we go. The cobblestone. This is a polished cobblestone that was lodged in the zombie's skull. It still has traces of brain matter dripping from it. Cool. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of clues about where Farad could be. Right now, though, something I would like to do is to, wait, what is this? I see. But yes, what I would like to do right now is to see if I could find a place to sell all this loot I have on me. Let me talk to this zombie again. Examine the graffiti and notices. Bill of fare. Smoldering corpse bar. Let's see. Upwards. And points far to the south. Okay, so it's to the south. I'm imagining a place like that would be somewhere I could sell this stuff.
I'm gone.
The vines on this building have withered from the heat emanating from the walls. Oh! Okay, now how do I actually use something that's on my quick bar? I see.
I'm hurt.
up?
Huh. I just realized I probably could have had more carry some stuff too.
I'm gone.
Did you see that? Yeah.
I'm gone.
Damn it. Damn it.
Damn. Die.
Looks like death's come for the bill.
Oh,
Well, that was close.
feels like I've been strained through someone's bowels. Done. Done. I'm gone. I'm gone. All right.
Okay, so this is the smoldering corpse bar. I honestly ran in here to hide from the thugs coming after me.
I'm gone.
I don't know if they had anything I could pick up, but not something I can really worry about right now, it seems. Let's see. This bar has seen a lot of use. The scoring of weapons and talents does not mask the grimy buildup of years' worth of drinks that encrust the surface of the bar. Let's see. Mochai. You see someone dressed as a female dustman with a half-empty glass in her right hand. As you near her, she calls out to you. You. Over here. You notice that there's something wrong about her, and your exposure to the dustman leads you to believe that she's just too lively to be a real member of the faction. Approach her. Hey, Cutter. Buy a lady a drink? You're not really a dustman, are you? She looks around nervously and seems to sober right up. Why do you say that? Because you don't act like a dusty, and you're not offering contracts. In fact, you're taking money in instead of giving it out for that corpse labor they do at the mortuary. She stifles a squeak of terror and hastens to explain. No. I'm not a dustman. I just found these robes in the street and I didn't have enough money to get clothes, and I, heard there was a dustman thief around. But you could probably find him somewhere else in the southwest part of the hive. I saw him, but I hid from him. Please don't hurt me. I'm not planning on it. You ought to know that you're not pulling it off too well. Now, answer some questions. What, do you want to know? Who are you? Me? I'm Mochai. I just like to, drink here, and, she loses her train of thought momentarily. I'm just a person, you know? I see. Answer something else for me, then. What is this place? Smoldering Corpse Tavern. Can't you read? You, more bub than I am? Forget it. Tell me something else. Tell me about the other patrons here. Then no, they're just, people. I don't deal much with people. Unless they're buying me a drink. She looks at you, hopefully. I see. Give me some other answers. Who's the burning corpse? He's, not a corpse. He's, some crazy wizard. Ask around. They'll tell you the story. Okay, nothing. Farewell. These sturdy pylons support the ramshackle roof. Here we go. You see a leather-skinned man with just a hint of ashen color to his face. His teeth seem sharper than normal, and his eyes are filled with the boredom that comes with having seen too much. His voice is nasal and clipped. You again, eh? What do you want this time? You again? What do you mean? Yeah, you again. You got a hearing problem or something now? He was in here about 15 years ago, got all bubbed up, smashed the place, and left a pile of coin that wasn't enough to pay for the damages. So you plucked out your own bleeding eyeball and tells me you'll be back to reclaim it when you got 200 coins together. With 15 years of interest, you got about 500 coins. You got the jink, pal, I got your eye. 500? That's ridiculous! And that's the price. Take it or pike it. Forget it. Answer some other questions for me instead. Hurry up, will you? I got paying customers. Let's see. Who are you? Me? I'm Barkus, owner and keeper of this place. Then what is this place? Didn't you see the sign out front? Didn't you see the Burke burning over the furnace when you came in? It's a smoldering corpse cutter. Best damn bub house in Sigil. At least, it's the best damn bub house in this part of the hive, which makes it one of the best in Sigil. Hell, they got fancy places with plants and such in the ladies' ward, and they got fiendish taverns salted around the rest of the hive, but none of them got the character of the smoldering corpse. Who is the corpse, anyway? Him? Ignis. He used to be a flame wizard, burned down pieces of the hive, and got himself scragged by a bunch of other mages. You want to know more about him? Go talk to Drusilla down there by the door. Alright, I'd like to know more about something else, though. What can you tell me of the patrons here? I don't make it a point to interfere with the lives of the people who give me their hard-earned jink unless they ask me to. So, over there is Kandrian, Planewalker. He's a good one to talk to about any planewalking questions you might have. He's been pretty much everywhere. Down there is Zeb Creeknees, an old harmonium basher. Don't hold that against him. And a tout. He's got a good heart in him, and he knows Sigil up and down. Them fiends over there are Ethelgrin and Tagarin. Word of advice, don't deal with them. There might be low rankers in the fiend hierarchy, but they're still fiends. Then you got Ilquix over there. Not trustworthy. And some mercy killers looking for some poor sod. Dekan the Geef Sarai is a mystery to me. Don't know much about him. He don't talk much. Finally, You interested in earning some free bub? Yes. There's a bubber over against the far wall, hanging about in the shadows, who's been trying to work up her courage to slip out without covering her tab. I want you to make sure she don't do that. You do it, you got free bub here for life. I'll do it. Answer me some questions first. I'm looking for a journal. A journal? Paper and words? Friend, that sort of thing don't get much stock down here in the hive. Folks here can barely read the sign above the door, much less an entire journal. If you're looking for a journal, you'd do better to have a system, instead of asking folks willy-nilly. Thanks for the unasked for advice. Answer a different question then. I'm looking for Farad, the collector. He turns and spits on the floor. Farad? Ha! You may as well just turn your back and let him sink a dagger in it. Though from the looks of you, you already have. If you're dead set on finding Farad, pardon the pun, talk to Eb Creekneeds over there. He should know something of value. Eb, the old man? My thanks. Let's see. So, I do want to talk to the other people here, but before I do that, I would like to see if I can actually. I'm gonna ask. Oh right, I know what I'm gonna do. Journal. We're gonna do, no, resolve a bar tab. Here we go. Yep. Now, where is that lady?
All right.
A woman who was pretending to be a dust man. She should be right there. She is. Okay. What do you want? Bakra says it's time for you to settle your tab. Pay up. She jumps a little, and her nervous tension becomes full-fledged anxiety. What are you going to do? Ask you to pay up. Now. I can't afford it. Can you swap me just 10%? I'll, give it to him and he knows I'll pay the rest. I don't think so. I'm not a charity. Can you think of another way to pay him? Another way to pay? Huh. She smells sadly. You could always, kill me. I could, but I'd rather find another solution. She looks at you for a moment longer, swaying where she stands, and then says, alright. Do you want something else? Yes, some answers. Let's see. How much do you need? I think I need about 100 coins to get started on that debt. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll pay that, maybe I won't. But maybe if I talk to Barkus about buying a drink. Let's see, I want something to drink. Nope, never mind. Oh wait, no, doesn't look like any of these can It doesn't look like any of those give me an option to sell anything. Alright. What do you want? We got your basic beer for a copper, bitters for 2, mead for 4. We got water straight from the elemental plane for 8 copper. We got Arborean fine wine, fire wine, and fire seas for 10. Cursed heart wine for 8, and Bator's own whiskey for 20. What'll you have? Nothing. Farewell. This metal table is scarred with talons, knives, teeth, and the marks of innumerable tavern brawls. Like the air around it, it is warm to the touch.
All right.
Kuatara's warehouse. Maybe that's what I need.
Done.
Moving from box to box, this man seems to be totally immersed in counting boxes and scribbling results down on a piece of parchment. He looks annoyed as you interrupt him. What is it now? Can't you see I'm busy taking inventory? Go bother someone else. I didn't mean to interrupt. Farewell. Well, I guess that's that. You again. I thought I told you not to bother me. Okay, yeah. That's a no-go.
Done. All right.
Telling us copper about that. I know debtors today said walking ones looks like. Maybe I can get a dusty.
Blast! I almost had it that time. Don't you know it's dangerous to interrupt spellcasters while they are evoking a spell? Luckily for you, I was only practicing. Well, what is it you want? My apologies for disturbing you. Farewell. I guess this is just her house. And yet another interruption. A person cannot even find privacy within one's own home. Please leave before I summon the guards, or better yet, I'll try a new spell I've been toying with.
Done.
This loud, grimy fellow saunters up to you and gives you a quick bow. Greetings, Cutter! Only a single copper for me services is a tout. What can I lead you to? Sure, here's a copper piece. The man palms a coin and bows. This part of the hive has gates to the east, north, and southwest. Locations of note include the flophouse, where weary blood can get some rest. Where's the flophouse? Right in the middle of this part of the hive, Cutter. A long, narrow building whose door faces southeast. Good place to call Kip for a night if you're feeling beat. Where's the north gate lead? It leads to Ragpicker Square, Cutter, where all the collectors call Kip. Where's the east gate lead? To another part of the hive, Cutter. The mortuary is there, and the Gathering Dust Bar too, where the dustmen like to drink. There's a mausoleum and the big Dustman Memorial there, as well. Where's the southwest gate lead? Just another part of the hive, Cutter. The Office for Vermin and Disease Control is there, and a large market. Southwest. Okay. That's all I wish to know. Farewell.
I'm gone.
Get a room and a girl, Cutter! Hey, you! Hey, Cutter, come on inside and get warm! We'll give you a nice bed!
Done.
Can't afford to get caught off guard, Cutter. We sell only top of the line.
Here we are, Basher. I think we can fit you out.
Try these spices, sir. Oh, you can just taste them all over your...
This dour-faced old fellow appears to be selling various hand weapons. Ah, come on over then. Come to see my blades, have you? Yes, I have. Let's see, maybe now I could sell stuff. Tylero Steel. Oh yeah, here we go. I imagine the word cutter is just a general, like, it's kind of like the British saying bloke. That's probably the equivalent. Oh, hi, Meligance. Yeah, sorry about the absence last week. Just had some schedule conflicts and such. But we're here now. Good to have you. Let's see. What does this guy have? Okay. Lots of things. Of varying quality, I assume. Let's see. I just identified this earring. It's a rule of 3 earring, minor copper blessing. You received the small earring from folding a note in the mouth of one of the walking corpses in the mortuary. It's a beautiful earring, but despite its beauty, all it seems to do is remind you how strange this world you've woken up in is. This earring carries a minor blessing from one of the gods of wealth on some backwater prime world. When held in the hand and the word copper is whispered, it gives the wearer 33 copper commons. This blessing can be used 3 times before the enchantment is exhausted. Well, I guess with that I'll just break even with the cost of identifying it. Yeah. I figured it seemed to me like Anna was somebody who could join the party. I talked to her and I don't really know what else to I don't know what other dialogue option to explore with her. I'll try talking to her again, but I'll see how that goes. Yeah, I figured it might have to do with a quest, but yeah, thank you. Okay, let's see if I can sell some of these other things here. Okay, well that's good to know. Right now, I'm trying to figure out why I can't sell this bronze ring, but maybe I can sell it to somebody else. Try this merchant. This attractive young woman is smiling and beckoning to all passerby as she calls out the virtues of her goods. Plates, jugs, cups, tankards. Drink from the goblets of the finest lords. Upon seeing you, she waves you over as if you were an acquaintance. May I see what you're selling here? I sell plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery, and the like, sir. All of quality, sir, the finest. She steps back and lifts the lid of the crate on the wagon behind her. Please, look over my goods. Should you have any questions, feel free to ask. Step closer, examine the contents of the crate. You peer into the crate. It's full of plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery, and the like. They look to be of varying degrees of quality, but some of it appears quite nice. As you're looking them over, she presses up against you. See anything you like, sir? Her long, waving hair, brushy against your shoulder, smells faintly sweet, like vanilla. Where does this all come from? She flashes a wicked grin. My lovers are all burglars, sir. These goods are pilfered from the homes of Sigil's nobles. Upon seeing your expression, she laughs sweetly. A jest, sir, merely. My father and brothers are tinkers. These are wares which were discarded from the nobles' manors and made good by them once more. I see. I had some questions. Oh, sir, but wait. She puts her hand on your forearm. Her touch is light as a feather. Are you sure there's nothing you need? Surely something for your own home. Or a gift. She bites her lip coyly, cocking her head slightly. No, nothing I need. My questions. She looks so sad you're nearly stricken with guilt. Slowly, she lowers the lid in a crate. Sorry, sir. I have no time for questions. I must sell what I can before the day is done, for my family is large and hungry. I understand. Farewell.
Come in, Basher. Look here, the finest Toledo blade.
Jump! Lim, jump! The merchant seems to suddenly notice you. Oh, greetings! Would you like to purchase one of these playful gamboling limlims, my lord? Not yet. Just what are these limlims? They are from the outlands, my lord. Neither wholly insect nor animal. They are friendly, playful, and quite loyal. He takes a sidelong glance at the limlims, then leans close to whisper. Pretty tasty, too, in a pinch. Interesting. I had some other questions. The only questions I'll answer, I'm afraid, are about the limlims, my lord. Just what are they? Ah, okay, same question. And farewell, then.
Come in, Basher. Look here, the finest Toledo blade.
The wooden slats of these boxes are warped, allowing you to see inside. The boxes hold rotting sacks of grain,
Shine on that, see the edge on it? Aye,
an old
so
shopkeeper's
what
cart.
will do you, your business?
This older merchant has a worldly look to him. His deep voice is gentle but confident. Ah, hello there. Are you ready to sample one of the most delectable treats from across the plains, my good man? What do you have? All manner of delicates to delight your palate, my good man. Arborean fire seeds, gargar root, Elysian pears, crimson lotus petals, Bitopian shepherd's bread, shift spice from the chaos of limbo, and sea plums are what I have at the moment. Merely 5 coppers for a taste of anything you like. Purchase something. Second thought, nothing for me. Farewell. This seedy-looking fellow is quick to spot you looking at him. Hey, Basha, get over here! Come see what I got for ya! He winks and waves you over. What do you have to offer me? Ah, here we go. There we go, and now I can sell the bronze ring. Well, I guess I'll sell the copper earring too. There we go. That cleans up things a lot.
Come in, Basher. Look here, the finest Toledo blade.
Okay. Now where... here we go. That's what I needed. Guess. Hold on to this, that, and this. Let's see. You know, I was hoping to be able to find corpse number 42, but I have a distinct feeling that I might have accidentally destroyed it when I alerted the dustmen while I was in the mortuary the first time. I'll keep an eye out, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's dead now for good. Let's see what else is here. Probably don't need this task list anymore. Or these cleaning rags. Let's see, how much is this way? Guess I'll have more to hold on to this. And this hammer for now. There we go. Now what I'm gonna do is actually, let's see. The triangle earring, I used it just now. I had it identified and then I used its blessing.
Can't afford to get caught off guard, Cutter. We sell only top of the line.
Here we are, Basher. I think we can fit you out.
Okay, Razor Angel. Hold on a moment. The Saudi dweller greets you with exaggerated politeness and a deep bow. Greetings, stranger. You've chosen a auspicious day to pass through our lands. The toll be a mere 10 coins. Okay, I would like to be able to walk back, but I guess not. 10 coins? That's outrageous. Alright. It's a mere 10 coppers. It's our territory. I'm sure you knew this was no place for weaklings. You walked into it of your own free will. Now pay the price, one way or another. Copper or blood. What'll it be? Why not try to catch me?
All right. I'm hurt. All right. Done.
Oh, you're talking about the smoldering corpse bar? Yeah, I know where it is. I've been there already, but I wanted to grab this first since I left it here before. Alright.
Maybe I could get a dusty. Looks like the
Alright, Dakun, yeah. I haven't talked to him yet, but I have seen him there.
maybe I could get a dusty.
I'm gone. All right. I'm gone. Done.
The man before you is old. His dry, yellow skin has the scars of one who has traveled everywhere and never rested long in any one place. His pinched face is inhumanly angular, and his ears sweep out from his skull, tapering to points. He wears a loose-fitting orange tunic, and a strange, shimmering blade is strapped across his back. The blade looks to be a two-pronged glaive, made of some metal whose surface swirls like a film of oil on a pond. Greetings. The man turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. He stares through you, and for a moment, you wonder if he might be blind. The weapon suddenly turns a dead, flat black, mirroring the man's eyes. Are you alright?
Hail, traveler.
He says nothing for a moment, merely searches your face with his eyes. His voice is quiet and somber, like a wind whispering through the branches of a great tree. Hail!
Your eyes have the weight of one who has traveled far to be in this place.
The man meets your gaze, his eyes burrowing into yours. His weapon drains of its black color, resuming its shimmering you noticed before you spoke to him. You could say that. The man's gaze does not waver from yours. I am known as the Khan. The emphasis he places on the word known strikes you as odd, yet familiar at the same time. You are not known to me. You are not known to me. We are beneath the same sky in this matter, then. The Khan is silent for a moment, still studying you with his coal-black eyes. The planes number many infinites, yet you are here. I would know why you have come to this city. I'm looking for answers. I have many questions. Speak your questions. I will hear you. Your features are unfamiliar to me. What are you? Agif Sarai. Agif Sarai? Agif Sarai is one of the people. One of the people? Agif Sarai. Yes, but what are the Agif Sarai exactly? The Khan is silent for a moment, then speaks. Our history does not need to be made known to you. We would bleed to death on Time's blade before I recited a fraction of the histories of our people. I don't need to know your histories, but I would know of your people as they are now. The Khan is silent for a moment. Know this and accept it as an answer. We are the people who make our home upon the shifting plane of limbo. With a deft motion, the Khan slips the blade from his back and holds it before him. Wait, see what happens. There, we mold the matter of limbo with our minds. We forge cities with our thoughts. As you watch, a series of rippling blades of metal begin to roll forth from the center of the blade. The pitch and crest of the waves match the inflections in the Khan's voice. In its chaos we dwell, with only our knowing to preserve us. We are the Agif Sarai. What is that blade you have? It moved, shifted in response to your voice. It is a Karak blade. It is an object that lets others know the rank of the wielder. Karak? What does that mean? The Khan falls silent for a moment, as if searching for the correct words. In your tongue, the closest translation is chaos matter. The people may shape it with their thoughts. Shape it with their thoughts? Karak is not shaped by heat, but by knowing oneself. It is a mirror that reflects the will of the wielder on its surface and in its edge. When one knows themselves, the blade is strong, harder and stronger than steel. When one does not know themselves, the blade is as water, formless and weak. What rank does the blade signify? The blade is a symbol carried by the Zerf. A Zerf is one who knows the words of the Zerfimon. In knowing the words of Zerfimon, they know themselves. Zerfimon? Zerfimon founded our race. He knew the Givsarai before they knew themselves. He defined the people. He gave them one mind. I had some other questions. Can you tell me about this city? It is known by the name Sigil. Among the people, it is known as a city that does not know itself. It doesn't know itself? What do you mean? The city exists, but it does not know itself. And not knowing itself is its existence is flawed. How is it flawed? The city exists in opposition to itself. It has set itself apart from the planes, yet it seeks to be everywhere at once. Its walls are doors, yet it keeps those doors locked. Such an existence tells of a thing that does not know itself. Knowing itself, it is flawed. When you say the city is everywhere at once, what do you mean? The city itself is built from doors. These doors lead everywhere. Where are these doors? They are everywhere. The Khan falls silent for a moment. It is said that every bounded space within this city is a door that leads elsewhere. I don't understand. Imagine the door to the smoldering corpse bar. Remove the door. The frame remains. The space within the frame is still a door. But I walked through that door to get in here. It's just an open space. Many are the doors you never see. You may pass through them as if air, not know them for what they are. They are closed to your sight and touch. These invisible doors are everywhere in Sigil? It is said that every bounded space in Sigil is a door. It is not known for certain. Doors move. Doors change. Doors disappear. All are locked. Locked? The doors remain as air until you have the key that opens them. When you have the key, the doors will make themselves known to you. How do you know what the key is? Every door has a different key. Some keys are known, others are not known. What are these keys? There are as many keys as there are doors. The keys are not always things of metal. The keys can be the clashing of two swords, a drop of blood drawn from the tongue of a dying man, the memory of a past love, or an angry curse hurled at the sky. When the key and door match, the door reveals itself. Sounds like finding all these keys and doors can be difficult. Such a task has been attempted but never finished. As the city changes, the doors change. Nothing known remains known for long. I see. There's some other questions. You seem to place a special emphasis on knowing. What do you mean? All things, whether structure or flesh, their existence is defined by their knowing of themselves. And if a man does not know himself? When a mind does not know itself, it is flawed. When a mind is flawed, the man is flawed. When a man is flawed, that which he touches is flawed. The Khan pauses. It is said that what a flawed man sees, his hands make broken. Do you know yourself? The Khan falls silent. His coal black eyes take on the same distance that you noticed when you first spoke. I ask again, do you know yourself? When the Khan speaks again, his voice has changed. His words echo, like a great stone dropped into a chasm. It looks like he is forcing the words from his chest. It is not my will that you know this. Never mind. I had some other questions. Do you know of a man named Farad? I am told he knows something about me. That one is not known to me. Some other questions. I lost a journal. Do you know where it might be? The location of such a thing is not known to me. There is nothing to be said. Farewell. As you turn to leave, the man speaks sharply. The first time you have heard his tone change since the conversation began. Hold. The man's voice levels out. This city is not known to you. I will travel your path with you. I accept. An extra blade will be welcome.
Your path is mine.
Strangely enough, his voice seems distant, and it echoes, as if he was speaking from across a great distance. Very well, let's go. Cool, new party member. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I guess I'll keep an eye out for that, Malgant. Let's see. I have 322 commons. I need 500 to buy the eye from Barkus. There you go. The Unbroken Circle of Zerfimon and Whispering Flask. Invokes A. Special +2 to strength, usable only by Gifsarai. This container holds a peculiar powder called Whispering Motes, loose translation of the Gif expression, a form of healing powder commonly used by the Gifsarai on the plane of Limbo. When the stopper is pulled and the spice touched on the skin of a wounded person, the spice travels through the injured person's body, generating raw matter to fill up the holes in its physical form, no matter how small or large. In order for the spice to work, the user must concentrate on its healing effects. With the proper discipline, a practiced Gifsarai can even heal the greatest of wounds. In addition to its curative properties, it is also the element in several of their rites of passage. It is believed that the spice also fills in the holes in the person's psyche, removing doubts and giving them focus and purpose. Dakon's Zerf Blade, Chained Blade. Damage 2 to 9 slashing, special +1 to armor class, attack 0 +1. Speed 7, weight 5, proficiency edged, usable only by Dakon. On the Gifsarai's home plane of Limbo, solid matter is something of a rarity. Limbo itself is a soupy mass of elements, and only through force of will can the Gifsarai shape these elements into stable matter. A substance called Karak is a material that can be shaped with the mind. Dakon's blade is composed of this substance. Through mental discipline alone, Dakon maintains the integrity of the blade. He can shape it slightly depending on his skill, adjusting its length, sharpness of the edge. Presumably, as he gains levels, he may be able to manipulate the blade in new ways. It is not known whether all Gifsarai Zerf carry such weapons. Certainly a weapon that depends on the integrity of the wielder would be entrusted only to those who had learned to discipline themselves. This blade appears to have special religious significance for Dakon. Dakon has wound a series of parchments around the hilt of the blade. These appear to be mantras dedicated to Zerfimon. The Unbroken Circle of Zerfimon. Weight 2, usable only by Dakon. This small round stone is the Unbroken Circle of Zerfimon. The Unbroken Circle is a Zerf religious text, containing teachings of Zerfimon, the founder of the Gifsarai people. The circle is made up of a series of interlocking circles that fold out from one another. depending on which branch the reader wishes to follow in the path of teachings. It is said that some Zerfs spend years poring over the combinations of the plates, looking for new significance in the meaning, in the teachings. Dakon, this is okay. Dakon seems to use the text as a means of focusing his spellcasting abilities, for he pores over the tablet occasionally, memorizing the words. Also, before I continue... okay. I'll just take a quick look at this here. Mort's Bite, default weapon. Damage 1 to 3, piercing, speed 1, weight 0. Proficiency, fists! Don't ask! Mort's Bite is lethal, and he can masticate someone to death. As long as his quick weapon slots are not all filled, Mort can always select Bite as his current weapon. No, Mort's Bite is his default attack. Although the amount of damage he can do with his bite is relatively small, it allows him to attack quickly, which can infuriate any mage who's trying to cast a spell. Okay. This small round stone appears to be a religious text that Dakon carries. It is made up of a series of interlocking circles that fold out from one another. The complexity of the plates and the intricacy of their links prove the text was constructed by a master artisan. You can't figure out how to unlock the plates, however. Leave the stone alone.
What is your will?
Dakon turns to you. His eyes like polished coal. His blade mirrors his eyes for a moment as you address him. Then he nods. There are things I would know, Dakon. I will hear you. I wanted to ask you about our travels. Dakon waits. No other questions. Can I talk to you about your teachings? Dakon waits. Can you teach me anything of weaponcraft, Dakon? Dakon shakes his head. I can redirect one towards the craft of war, but I cannot advance their skill. My weapons are not of steel, but of will and knowing of the self. Very well. If I ever need to resume the fighter profession, I'll ask you. I had some other questions. Can you teach me anything of the art, Dakon? Know that I am not a teacher in this, but know that I may serve as a guide. I do not know how humans come to be versed in the art, but when you learn the art, return and ask again. I'll ask again when I'm a mage then. In the meantime, I had some other questions instead. Or no, I'll see if I can find a mage teacher first, then let's move on.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
How did you die, Mort? No idea, Chief. I kind of forgot when I died. Can't say I blame myself much. At least there was something waiting for me after I died, even if it is life as a floating skull. I mean, it could have been worse. What happened to your body? I don't know, alright? It's just gone. Mort glares at you. But I don't think I miss it. Because I'm just happy the way I am. And I don't need your half-wit judgments or snide remarks, alright? Yeah, that's something I do tend to do, Malagance. I in games like this, like these, I do try to exhaust dialogue options. But I know that one consequence of that I know is that it can make things take a long time to go through. So I try to find a balance to not be too not take too much time exhausting every dialogue option of every character. See, I had some other questions. You said you're a Mimir, right, Mort? Yeah, a Mimir's a floating encyclopedia. You put information in, you get information out. Mort, I don't mind you tagging along, but is there anything else you can do except chatter? Hey, chatting's my best trait. He rattles his teeth for a moment, then grins. Eh? Eh? Oh, that's good to hear. No, but seriously, Chief, I got a knack for chattering in just the right way. I can really bend an ear, if you know what I'm saying. I got insults, backtalk, stuff that'll curl someone's ears into the skull, you know? How's that useful? It's one of my many talents. I call it my litany of curses. You see, sometimes I can really bend someone's ears with just the right comment. Of course, then I usually have to do a lot of running afterwards, but you get the idea. How does it work?
Updated my journal.
Well, I can spit insults at someone until they get mad enough to chase me around. No, Mort has an ability called Litany of Curses. It is a non-magical taunt. If the target fails to resist it, they suffer a penalty to their armor class, attacks, and will do nothing but try to engage Mort in melee combat. Note that the more insult Mort hears, the better his Litany of Curses becomes. The Litany of Curses is very effective against mages. I had some other questions. I could use some advice. What do you think we should do next? Well, here's how I see things. Go on. I think you should try and root out this Farad wherever he set up Kip. You wouldn't have had those directions tattooed on your back if you didn't have some inkling of what was up with you. One of the locals around here has to know where he is. Good point. I have some other questions. Okay. Can you tell me a little about Sigil? Sigil's a ring-shaped city that's squatting on top of an infinitely tall spire in what some claim to be in the center of the plains. Of course, how it could be at the top of an infinitely tall spire, and how the city could even be at the center of the plains raises some questions. Anything else? Sigil's called the City of Doors, mostly because there's a lot of invisible doors that lead in and out of it. Just about any arch, door frame, barrel hoop, bookshelf, or open window might be a portal under the right conditions. It all depends on if you have the key to open it. Keys? See, I guess the best way to explain it is, most portals are sleeping, right? You could walk through them, by them, on top of them, and nothing would happen. Now, every portal has something that wakes it up. That could be a tune you hum to yourself, a loaf of week-old Bitopian bread, remembering what your first kiss was like, and then, BAM! The portal gets its juices flowing, and you can jump through it to whatever's on the other side. Like where? Anywhere, Chief. Literally. Any place you can think of. There's a portal there. That's why Sigil's so popular across the plains. Alright, nothing more. Just checking to see if you were still with me. Okay. This is a woman with fading bruises on her face and arms and a look of despairing longing in her sunken eyes. She might have been pretty once, but those days were long ago. She turns slowly to face you. Life pours into her features, and the spark of sardonic light that dances in her eyes now makes you wonder if your eyes were deceiving you. Welcome to the smoldering corpse, scarred man. Who are you? I am Drusilla, and you must be clueless. Don't ask me how I know that. It just shines off you. Shines. Right. Answer some questions for me. Aye, traveler. What is it you seek? Who are you? Oh, no, never mind. I'm looking for a journal. Would you happen to have seen it? A journal? Oh, sure. I've kept an eye out for all stray journals, just in case some scarred man walks into my favorite bar and starts asking about it. Do you ask that of everyone you meet? What a fascinating life. Yeah, I was actually going to try talking to this corpse there soon. You have a smart mouth on you, don't you? Aye, a smart mouth for a smart head. I ain't the addle cove you might think, Sod. I got a brain on me. If you're so smart, you should be able to answer my questions. Who is that burning by the entryway?
Updated my journal.
That despair you saw in her face before flits across it again like a black-winged shadow before she masters herself. That's Ignis, one of the greatest wizards ever to come out of this slummy excuse for a cesspool. They caught him and they opened a channel to the plane of fire through him, and now he's just a doorway for it, keeping himself alive by force of will alone. If someone could douse him for a few moments, it'd give him his life back again, but they don't make enough water to do that. What's your connection to him? Her voice practically throbs with a deep ache. I was Ignis's lover and he, my beloved. He loved the flame more than me, and now he has become the flame. And because I love him, I love the flame. But that's all done with now. Now I wait for him to douse himself. I sell what little I have just so I can be near him. I understand. Farewell. These vents blow incredibly hot air up from the furnaces below. This crackling, billowing creature twists slowly above an iron grill upon the floor of the bar. It may have once been human, but now its skin is charred beyond recognition. Streams of fire form a reef around the creature's body, and the flames lick at the few remaining pockets of flesh, causing them to bubble and run like wax down the creature's skeletal frame. Examine the smoldering corpse. The heat surrounding this creature is incredible. To your surprise, the iron grill the creature floats above has sagged and bent from the heat. At first, you thought the heat came from the grill, but now you realize it emanates from the creature. As you watch, flecks of ash drift from the writhing corpse and float slowly into the ceiling. Greetings? The thing makes no response. It writhes slowly within the flames. It lives, but it does not seem aware of anything other than the fire that surrounds it. Its skin is flame, its heart is flame, and you know, within some shadowed corner of your memory, that this thing is dangerous. You see a short, rotund man with a perplexed expression on his face. From the lines on his loose skin, it looks like it's not too uncommon. He carries a flagon of ale that looks like it's in the process of being emptied, rapidly. In between swallows, he speaks in a gentle voice, so quiet that you can barely hear his words. Hello, traveler. My name is Ilquix. Can I be of some assistance to you? Greetings. I would like to ask you some questions. What did you want to know, my friend? Who exactly are you? I am but a humble man with a slight flowery, poetical bent and a tendency toward the supernatural. I regret that I have none of my supplies here, or I should be most eager to teach you of the ways of power. Perhaps some later time? Yes, I'd like that. For now, though, I have some other questions. What can you tell me of the patrons of this place? The patrons of this tavern are many and varied. I have spoken with most, and find them delightful, with the exception of those creatures of law. He gestures towards a pair of Abishai sitting in the corner. They taint the air with their presence, lending an unwholesome stench to an otherwise pleasant environment. I recommend speaking to Barkis. I understand he requires some aid with a trifling matter. Then we have that O character. I am still trying to understand him fully. It is quite an undertaking, if I say so myself. Those are the folk of interest here. The others, well, perhaps I am too discriminating. Why do you despise creatures of law? Ah, fine question, my friend. My upbringing has been on the chaotic side of the Great Ring. You may speak to Kendrian Illborn, a misnomer if ever I heard one, of the plains. He fancies himself a great planewalker. To return from my digression, I have lived my many years with chaos, and find it pleasantly agreeable. To me, the taint of law, as in those creatures there, is reprehensible and tyrannical. If I am to be crushed underfoot, I'd rather it be by an individual than a machine that knows nothing of emotion. Honestly, yeah. Truth. I very much agree. Ilquick smiles toothfully, his fat cheeks barely moving. To each his own, I say. Did you have more questions? Yes. What did you want to know, my friend? What can you tell me about this place? This place? The Smoldering Corpse Tavern? A fine establishment, with a fine owner. Barkis is a true gentleman, and ambitious to increase his standing to boot. These, I feel, are the most useful qualities one can possess. They drive people. I had some more questions. Who is that burning man? That? Ha! That is the last unfortunate who chose to exercise his individual will without the strength to back up his desires. His name is Ignis, and he was a pyromaniac. He burned, and didn't burn the right people, and wound up channeling more raw power than he could control. Now, well, you can see what became of him. If you wish to learn more of him, perhaps that poor creature Drusilla can help you. I'm trying to find a way to mix this mochi pay for her drinks. Any suggestions? He laughs, his jowls shaking loosely, almost seeming to fall from his face. You could always poison her, friend. A dose of that was always effective in bringing resolution to nearly any conflict. He laughs again. Of course, I'm joking. He winks. Of course you are. I had some other questions. Nothing. Farewell. You see a trim, muscular man, dressed in clothing that is comparatively drab and mundane compared to most of the outfits you've seen in this city. He carries himself with an air of supercilious arrogance. He also looks dramatically out of place here. What do you want? He asks. Who are you? I am Malaise, warrior of renown. Surely you have heard of me. Truth. No. Can it truly be? Can it truly be that none in this town have heard of me or my exploits? Alas. I shall have to prove myself all over again. And here I had thought my fame has spread across the world. What world are you from? I come from the city of Alaburn on the river Time. Surely you have heard of its glories and wonders. No matter. This place has been benighted and ignorant when it comes to the splendors of true cities. I am told that my land is what is called a prime by the denizens of the city. Though a prime of what? I don't know. How did you get here? I was chasing my old foe, the villainous life shade Tyr Tanilel. He pauses, waiting for acknowledgement, and then continues. He conjured his demonic magic and opened himself a doorway and hurled himself through it. Before he could flee me entirely, I threw myself after him and found myself here. I get it. You're one of the clueless. He bristles, reddening, and his hand clutches convulsively around the hilt of his sword. Clueless, is it? I take offense to your words, Sirrah, and bid you farewell in the hopes that we should never cross paths again. He turns away from you, still flushed with pride and rage. I just wanted to ask you some questions. He sighs heavily and eyes you with disdain. Then be on with it, scarred one, and ask him be done. I'd like to apologize to you. He appears entirely shocked, as if the notion of apologies is alien to him. You wish to apologize? That's what I said. Then I suppose, as a point of honor, I must accept your apology. Very well. In return, I offer my apology as well. Let us set the matter aside and speak no more of it. Very well. Could you answer some more questions for me? And what knowledge do you seek? Who are the patrons of this tavern? I have met only the elderly Ebb Creekneys, who has been instructing me in the ways of the city and the plains. My foe's spell must have catapulted us far across the world, for I know of no plains near our former location. No. Plains. As in planes of existence. There are planes of the imagination, of thought and belief. They are not physical prairies or grasslands, but other dimensions. A look of confusion passes across his face. I understand. What the old man has said is starting to make sense. Excuse me, I must think this over. Farewell. Okay. I'll lend you the money. Here, take it and pay up. Now. She pockets your jink, glances briefly toward the door, almost as if she's weighing her chances of dashing out, sighs heavily as she realizes there's no chance, and begins to walk glumly toward the bar. My thanks, I suppose. Don't mention it, and don't even think about heading for the door until you've paid up. Here's some money. I'll bring in more later. In manner. Or I'll something. I didn't get to see what he said. I'm going. You don't have to pester me. Just making sure. Get moving. Mac again? What now? You won't be having trouble with Mocha again. Then, friend, you have full bar privileges. For free. Anything you want, anytime. That must have been a pretty big tab she ran up. You don't know the half of it. You want a drink now? No, but I'll be back. You see a slightly stooped old man with a full gray beard and a lion's mane of gray hair. He wears a couple of shoulder guards as armor, and he keeps a helmet nearby. He smokes a pipe and carries a pouch of tobacco around his waist. He looks pretty strong, but he's a little plump and also appears to have some sort of breathing trouble. Well now, aren't you a sight, lad? Never have I seen so many scars blanketing a fella. Like a scarred cloak you're wearing. Where you been? Hanging out in a grain thresher? He laughs. Oh, I'm just jesting with you, lad. No offense meant, and I hope no offense taken. I'm Ed. He extends his hand. Greetings, Eb. His handshake is firm. Now, I hereby tender my apologies for the unfair jesting, lad. Hope no hard feelings. Can I buy you a tankard or two of something to smooth any ruffled feathers? Why not? That's the spirit, lad. Bide a moment. He rises to his feet and heads to the bar. After a moment, he returns to his seat with a pair of tankards. Here you go, lad. Drink up. He takes on a massive swallow from his own tankard, puffs on his pipe, and says, What can old Ab do for you on this fine sigil day? I had some questions about this place. Oh, well, I gathered that just to look at you. I mean, you don't look like you're from around these parts, lad. You look a little too out of sorts to be a seasoned native. Eb chuckles, then takes another drink. So what can I help you with, lad? You need to know the lay of the land? Eb winks. Who are you? Eb Creeknees, third measure of the harmonium, now retired and being a tout with one's voice, since I don't step as lightly as I might these past 2 or 3 decades. He chuckles. Now, lad, who be you and what trouble might you be in? Third measure of the harmonium? Eb puffs up slightly in pride and gets a semi-stern look on his face. Aye, third measure of the harmonium. He relaxes a little. Though I haven't served the tour of duty in many a decade. Pushing a quill wasn't quite up my alley after all the fights and skirmishes I've been in, so I just bide my time keeping tabs on things down here in the hive and helping out a little where I can. And you look like someone who might need a hand. Are you in some kind of trouble, lad? What fights and skirmishes have you been in? Eb rolls his eyes. More than I can remember, lad. Well, almost more than I can remember, leastwise. I did an all too long tour in the Blood War. That infernal muck-up war of lies on Terras. Far too many years in the Black Centuries War. Eb begins to tick off the wars on his fingers and counts silently to himself. Then there was the Three Plains War, and many others. I even took the part in the Harmonium War of Liberation. Oh, towards the end there, I was also in the Sigil City Watch. Some could argue that was the most dangerous of them all. He laughs sadly. The mention of the Blood War feels like a cold dagger slipping into your heart. Tell me more of the Blood War. Eb sighs, oblivious to your reaction. Aye, the Blood War. The most dangerous family feud this side of the primordial soup. A mean-spirited mob of fiends on one side, a bunch of warmonger fiends on the other. It's the war that creation sparked, and they've been digging into each other ever since. Two sets of fiends warring against each other, eh? Aye, the Tanari, vicious killers who care for none but themselves, and the Batezu war machine, all for law and order under their infernal rules. The whole mess spills out into underplanes from time to time, and it's made the multiverse a less pleasant place to live. I see. I had some other questions. Aye, lad? What do you want to know? Do you know of someone named Farad? Farad? Eb frowns, takes the pipe from his mouth. Now, lad, what'd you be wanting with a Burke like Farad? I think I used to know him. Aye, well, the more's your misfortune, then. May I forgetting some things is better for you, then. Eb puffs heavily on the pipe. What do you know of him? Well, I don't know everything there is to know about old Farad, but I know some of the dark surrounding him. If you're determined to track down that spider and nail him to a wall, then I suppose I could spill some of the chant so you know what you're tangling with. He pauses to tamp his pipe. Farad dug his nest deep into Ragpicker Square not too long ago, got a bunch of collectors and gangs together and started what one could almost consider a collecting faction, be that as it may be. Where can I find him? Well, lad, if you're looking for Farad, which I would say is pretty barmy of you, you're a little off the beaten path. You want to be finding Ragpicker Square. Chance is that Farad set up his kip somewhere in the square. Even an old fella like me who's been around the ring a few times don't know exactly where. I figured that Farad wants to keep the dark on his location dark. If you're all bound and determined to find Farad, go to Ragpicker Square and try to dig up Farad's location from some of the locals. Try and be careful about it, since there's plenty in the square that would make a gut harp out of you as soon as look at ya. I had some other questions. I am missing a journal. You're missing a journal? Was there more to the journal than just pages and words? Otherwise, I can't imagine too many Bloods who would bother themselves with letters unless it was really hot and spicy. Not much use for books of learning around here. I don't know where you might find such a thing. Ed puffs on his pipe, then snaps his fingers. But you know, lad, if Farad is the one who scrapped you off the Sigil Street, then he might know the dark of where your stuff is. It's most likely in this larder, if you ask me. A dead man is usually in no position to keep his possessions when the collectors tumble across his body. That's some other questions. What is this place? You're in the Smoldering Corpse Bar, lad. Not a pretty place to some, but it's got its own homespun kind of charm. Who's the Smoldering Corpse there? Him? Oh, no corpse, lad. No dead or him. Near as we can tell, old Ignis is still alive inside that little roast spit. Near as we can figure, anyway. Ed wrinkles his nose. He can smell damnably awful sometimes, too. Keeps me on the pipe to make sure it don't worm its way into my nose, it does, he chuckles. How did he get there? Ed takes the smoke from his pipe for a moment, as if deciding how to phrase his comment. Well now, lad, Ignis had a smattering of problems and some not slight wizardly magics to boot, and seldom did the two mix well, if you understand me. He liked to... Ev puffs on his pipes, and smoke trails up. Well, he liked to burn things, and he started torching places and people, and generally making a bunch of trouble. And? Well, most of this was going on in the Hive, and I'll be the first to admit that the Hive is not the first place the Harmonium goes to keep Sigil's law. Eb looks a little shamefaced. A failure on our part, since it may be the place where our presence is most needed. So, by the lady's reckoning, there was a little street-side justice in the wizardly community. A bunch of tea leaf readers, hedge wizards, and midwife witches got together and managed to weave a spell that was kind of poetic justice. Eb gestures with his pipe at the figure. So now he sits there and burns. He's still alive, by which I don't think they counted on. One more thing I want to ask about it. What's good to drink here? Well, some say I've got before all discrimination when it comes to drink, but I've got drinks I'm partial to, and some vintages to which I'm not. Actually, one of my favorite little things to get here is some arboreum fire seeds. You swirl them in your mouth, and add a little air and some spit and some alcohol, and you can breathe a little fire when you need to. Leastways, that's how it feels. Tell me of Sigil and its environs. Ebb laughs loudly. You don't think small, do ye? If you want to know what's outside the city, go talk to Kandrian Ilborn over there. He's a traveler of this place. As for the rest of it, well, I can tell you of the lady, the Dabus, keys and portals, the way we keep track of time, the way the city's laid out. What is it you wanted to know? I'll ask this stuff later because it's getting to be about that time to wrap up. Nothing. Farewell. All right. Well, that'll be it for tonight then. Once again, thank you to everybody who showed up, and yeah, it has been. Thank you for everybody who came by, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. And have a good night. I should be on next week, same time, same channel, of course. And have a good night, everybody. Take care. Likewise.